Welcome into the I-80 Boys College Football Show. We got a little Illinois versus Penn State preview video on tap for you today. Chris, I'm going to start us off here and go with Illinois. I'm going to break them down. Look, Illinois is coming off a big road win against Nebraska. The guy I'm most impressed with in that game was Luke Altmaier. He balled out, right? Especially when the game seemed to matter the most in that game. Altmaier was 21 of 27, 215 yards, and 4 touchdowns. This is going to be another tough test, though, for the Fighting Illini. We know Penn State has a great defense, top 10 defense, dare I say. We know that for Illinois, Pat Bryant is the primary receiver in this offense. Chris, he already has 6 receiving touchdowns this year. To me, the key in this game is the health of Zachariah Franklin. Right, Illinois needs somebody to take that attention off of Pat Bryant. We covered Arizona a few weeks back with our boy old T-Mac, who was one of the better receivers, I think, in college football. You can't be that much of a one-trick pony and expect to win. It's just, in college, it's too easy to shut down in a way, right? So, to me, I look at this and I say the run game, right? They spread it out a little bit. Lean on Caden Fegan, who already has 54 carries, 242 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Dude's a beast back there, so look for him to keep getting the rock. On the other side of the ball, look, Illinois has a top 30 defense. The best offense, though, that they've played so far is Central Michigan, if you can believe that, who currently ranks 47th in total offense. But this is a whole other beast in Penn State, Chris. Another top 10 offense that they're taking on over there. So, to me, the key to this game is going to be shutting down Penn State's run game. Can they limit Singleton? Can they limit that run game? And that's going to be the key. It's easier said than done, obviously. The 2 most important players for Illinois' defense in this one are linebacker Dylan Rosiak and the defensive lineman Dennis Briggs Jr., being able to stuff the run game. In the secondary, if they can accomplish that, when Penn State wants to go up and throw the football, when Aller wants to kind of take his shots in this one, you're going to need Miles and Xavier Scott, right, to step up and shut down the passing attack of Penn State, I think, in order to have a shot. Chris, I'm going to throw it back over to you. Let me hear about the Nittany Lions.
Yeah, 3-0 start, which has pretty much been expected of Penn State so far this season. The big win, obviously, week 1, West Virginia, 34-12. Bowling Green, now this was a shock to a lot of people across the country. Week 2, that game was tight all the way to the end. Penn State was victorious, though, 34-27. They just completely beat the shit out of Kent State. Nobody cares there. Offensively, though, you said it. They've been pretty damn good on offense. Drew Allar's been pretty damn good this year. He's impressed me a little bit, definitely playing better than he did last year at this point. But they're averaging 41.3 points per game, which is 17th in the country. I touched on it. Drew Allar, man, he's been pretty good, pretty efficient. 41 of 58, 729 yards, over a 70% completion percentage, which is great. He's got 8 touchdowns, 1 interception. So, yeah, he's been great this year. Penn State, though, we know what they want to do offensively. It's lean on that run game. Nick Singleton, Katron Allen, probably the best, if second best duo in the country as far as running backs go. They got over 70 carries between them with over 500 yards so far in the year. As far as pass catchers go, man, Tyler Warren, their tight end, is their leading pass catcher, which is kind of shocking. I mean, he's got over 230 yards this year. Omari Evans, also, he's been a playmaker on the outside. He's kind of their deep threat guy. What happened to Julian Fleming, man? This guy hasn't done anything this year. Penn State fans can correct me if I'm wrong here. Is he injured or something? The guy's got like 3 or 4 catches, which is kind of shocking coming over from Ohio State. So he was a big guy everybody wanted in the portal as far as a wide receiver goes. But look, you touched on the defense here. I don't have to dig into the stats here. We know they're only giving up less than 13 points per game this year. They're holding opponents to under 85 yards a game, which is really, really good. This is a shocking stat, Christian, and I want you to think about this one for a second. Penn State only has 4 sacks so far this year, but I bet you didn't know this. They led the country last year. They had 50 last season, so they're a little bit behind there. But like I said, I do see that picking up, and this game will be interesting to see what happens here. We know Brett Bielema-led teams in Illinois. They're physical on both sides of the ball. They have good offensive linemen. It'll be interesting to see if they can get some pressure on your boy Altmaier here. So, I'll give you my prediction here, man. And before I say this, I truly think that Illinois played a great game against my Huskers last week. I think it's a little bit of a letdown spot here. I got Illinois 13, Penn State 27.
Yeah, I've got Illinois 24, Penn State 34. I know Illinois has a tough defense. I think Penn State will put up some points in this. I think they're a little more balanced, so I'm going to be curious to see how it plays out.